In the world of narcotics, they call him El Chapo. Shorty. To the public, he was a folk hero, a billionaire on the Forbes list, a man who could vanish through a floorboard and reappear in a mountain hideout. But to us? To those of us who spent decades in the dust of Sinaloa and the wiretap rooms of Mexico City? He wasn't a legend. He was a logistics genius with a blood-soaked balance sheet. He was a ghost we chased through 3 decades of tunnels, bribes, and bodies. My name is Andrew, and I was part of the machine that finally brought him down. People ask if we ever admired his ingenuity. Ingenuity? Maybe. But you don't admire a cancer just because it's hard to cut out. Our story with Joaquin Guzman Loera doesn't start with the tunnels or the Hollywood interviews. It starts in 1993 at an airport in Guadalajara when a mistake changed the history of the drug war forever. May 24, 1993. Guadalajara International Airport. It was supposed to be a hit. The Arellano Felix brothers, the Tijuana Cartel, wanted Guzman dead. They sent a hit squad to the parking lot. They saw a white Grand Marquis, thought it was his, and opened fire. They were wrong. Inside that car was Cardinal Juan Jesus Posadas Ocampo. 14 bullets. The church was outraged. The Mexican government was humiliated. Suddenly, Shorty wasn't just another trafficker. He was the man whose rivalry caused the death of a prince of the church. The heat was unlike anything we'd seen. Guzman fled south. He thought he could hide in the jungles of Guatemala. He was wrong again. On June 9, 1993, Guatemalan authorities picked him up near the border. I remember the photos when they handed him over. He didn't look like a kingpin. He was wearing a beige parka, looking confused in the pouring rain. He told the press he was just a simple farmer growing beans and corn. We put him in Almoloya, a maximum security fortress. We thought that was it. Case closed. We were young. We didn't realize that for El Chapo, prison wasn't a cage, it was an office. He spent 8 years in Puente Grande. But by 2001, the game had changed. The US was pushing for extradition. That's the one word these guys fear more than death, extradition. To a cell in Colorado where no bribe can reach. On January 19, 2001, the legend of El Chapo really began. The official story? He hid in a laundry cart, rolled right out the front door by a corrupt maintenance worker named Francisco Camberos. Is it true? Maybe. Some of us think he just walked out in a police uniform with the blessing of the warden. Either way, he was gone. And for the next 13 years, he became the Lord of the Mountains. We spent over a decade chasing shadows. Every time we got close to a safe house in the Golden Triangle, the locals would tip him off. He had lookouts on every ridge. He had the best signal intelligence money could buy. He was living in luxury in the middle of nowhere, protected by an army of sicarios and a population that saw him as a benefactor. While we were eating dust in the Sierra Madre, he was consolidating power. He turned the Sinaloa Cartel into a global corporation. He pioneered the use of narco tunnels, engineering marvels with rail lines and ventilation. He wasn't just moving kilos, he was moving tons. Fast forward to February 2014. We finally got the break we needed. We'd been picking off his inner circle, one by one. We got his cell phone tech. We started mapping his digital footprint. We tracked him to Culiacan. We had him cornered in a house, but he vanished. Literally. He had a tunnel under his bathtub connected to the city sewage system. We were standing in his bathroom while he was running through the filth of the city. But we didn't stop. We knew he was tired of the mountains. He wanted to see his twin daughters. He went to Mazatlan, to a beachfront condo called Miramar. February 22nd, 6:40 a.m. Elite Mexican Marines, supported by DEA and U.S. Marshals, moved in. No shots fired. We caught him in room 401. He was with his wife, Emma Coron. I'll never forget the look on his face when the Marines pushed him toward the helicopter in Mexico City. He looked older, grayer, but he still had that look in his eyes. Like he was already calculating the next move. The president of Mexico went on TV. Mission accomplished, they said. We wanted to believe them. But we knew the man. We knew the money. July 11, 2015. Altiplano Prison. The most secure facility in the country. At 8:52 p.m., Guzman went to the shower area in his cell. It's the one place the cameras can't see for privacy reasons. He stepped into the shower, and he never came out. When the guards finally checked, they found a hole. A perfect, rectangular opening in the concrete floor. It led to a tunnel over a mile long. It had lighting, ventilation, and a modified motorcycle on a rail system. It took his engineers a year to build it. They dug right under our noses. They used GPS to find the exact coordinates of his cell. It was the ultimate middle finger to law enforcement. The world laughed at us. The Mexican government was humiliated on a global stage. We were back to square one, but this time, it was personal. Every agent, every Marine, every officer felt the weight of that failure. We weren't just looking for a fugitive anymore. We were looking for redemption. We knew he'd go back to his roots. Sinaloa. But he was getting sloppy. He wanted to make a movie about his life. He reached out to actors. That was his vanity speaking, and vanity is a lead we can follow. January 8th, 2016. Los Mochis. We called it Operation Black Swan. The Navy Special Forces hit a house at 4 a.m. It was a war zone. 5 cartel gunmen killed. 1 Marine wounded. During the chaos, Guzman and his top hitman, El Cholo's Ivan, went into the tunnels again. They emerged from a manhole in the middle of a street, hijacked a car at gunpoint, and tried to disappear into the morning traffic. But we had the perimeter locked down. Federal police spotted the stolen vehicle. They pulled them over. Guzman tried to bribe them. "You'll have a job for life," he told them. "You'll never have to work again." The officers refused. They took him to a roadside motel to wait for reinforcements. There's a photo from that morning, Guzman sitting on a bed in a dirty tank top, looking at the floor. The myth was over. This time, there would be no laundry carts. No tunnels. On January 19th, 2017. Exactly 1 year after his capture and 16 years to the day after his first escape, we put him on a plane. Destination, New York. Today, Joaquin Guzman Loera sits in ADX Florence, the Alcatraz of the Rockies. 23 hours a day in a concrete box. No tunnels. No interviews. No escapes. The Sinaloa Cartel is still there. The drugs are still flowing. But the man who thought he was bigger than the law? He's just a number now. We spent 30 years on his trail. We lost friends. We lost sleep. But in the end, we proved one thing: no matter how deep you dig, the light eventually finds you.